It's week 2 of the NFL preseason, where depth charts and playbooks will be put to the test. It's the Titans and the Vikings, and it comes your way next on Madden NFL 24.
And we find ourselves at the stadium that played host to Super Bowl 52, the wondrous U.S. Bank Stadium in Minneapolis. Tonight we move on to week 2 of the preseason, and we've got a compelling matchup here, as it'll be the Tennessee Titans taking on the Minnesota Vikings.
Brandon Gaud and Charles Davis, happy to be back alongside you. And I'll tell you what, yes, it's just week 2 of the preseason, but now they've got one game under their belts, and a lot of guys trying to prove some stuff down on the field here today.
Not only that, these coaches like to win. And I used to think it really didn't matter who won in the preseason. Then I watched some of those shows that the NFL does, and you see the coaches in preseason after a loss jumping all over their guys. So I learned one.
The kickoff unit is out on the field, and they will send this one away.
Taken at the goal line. And he'll be tackled just shy of the 25.
So here are the Titans now for their first drive. And they will be led out by their second-year quarterback.
I tell you what, when he is on schedule for that week, secondaries take notice, because you've got to stay alert back there on every snap. A truly powerful arm, one that's capable of challenging any level of the defense on any given play. That's why so many scouts preach arm time when preparing for the NFL draft. A quarterback with arm strength to make every throw in the book, he's an asset to have in any offense.
And he will lose yardage here back at the 23-yard line. It'll go as a loss of a yard on the game's first play. Second down. Looking to throw. Strong.
That's complete. It's Brandon Ayuk.
And this will go as a gain of 7 as he gets it to the 30-yard line. And they'll look to avoid an early 3-and-out here on 3rd and 4. Back to throw. Strong.
Pass taken in by his big tight end. And he will have a Titans first down as they're able to get the 3rd down conversion. The time is called. Looks like a member of the Titans in some discomfort out there. Well, injury's never good, especially here in the preseason. Hopefully nothing serious. They'll take a look at him, and we'll step aside for a moment.
Mixon with a first down carry. And he can only manage to get a couple. 2nd and 8 coming up.
But not much on that run, Charles.
No, that's exactly the way to execute a run blitz there. They guessed correctly that they would move the ball on the ground, honed in on it, and stopped him. Knocked that down for a win in the defense's column. And I think this is a route we'll see more of as this game goes on, because with his speed, they want to get him the ball in space on drag routes just like this. They want him to get the ball and run after the catch. Good job there, though, holding it for a short gain.
And he's able to get it to the 33. Good enough for a first down. It's a 9-yard gain, and it keeps the drive moving. So they'll come up 1st and 10 now from the 33. Dalton off play action.
This goes out wide for Mixon.
And he is out of bounds inside the 30. Now whistles and a timeout. Looks like we've got a Viking slow to get up.
Well, you hate to see this before the regular season even begins. We'll take a break and come back. More preseason action in a moment.
On 2nd down, here's Mixon. And into the end zone for a Tennessee touchdown.
Joe Mixon,
28 yards.
And the Titans will claim the early lead as they're on the board first here tonight.
A nice run by him, don't get me wrong, but the blocking up front was a thing of beauty.
I think for an opening drive, how about that for an exclamation point? Just what you said. Good blocking, good vision, and he accelerated to the end zone.
Extra point by Fairbairn, up and good. And that makes the score 7-0. So after the touchdown, here's Fairbairn now to kick it away.
Stevenson elects not to return it. It's a touchback.
So here's the Viking offense making their way out.
They'll be led out by the former number 3 overall pick back in 2021. It's Trey Lance.
And just think about what his ceiling in the NFL could be, because when you go back to his one collegiate season as a starter, the full season, he went undefeated, didn't throw an interception, and ran him for over 1,000 yards as well. When you see him hit the field,
and right away he lost the football. Points 1, 2, and 3 in their defensive game plan was to get to the quarterback and knock the ball free. They did it there. Luckily, offense hangs on to it.
Yeah, that's got to serve as a wake-up call, though, because they can't afford to let the ball go over to the defense and miss opportunities. And I'm not saying it happened here, but you know what a good rule of thumb is when a play like that occurs? You know who usually recovers it? The guy who missed his block and let his quarterback get hit.
Here's Lance to throw it. Open man, that's Noah Fant, the tight end. They'll wind up getting 10 back as that sets them up for third down. So 7 yards from the first down here as they come up to the line of scrimmage. Throwing is Lance on third down. He's got his target. That's complete.
And they've got it well across midfield down to the 40 before it's all said and done. Give them 32 on the play.
Despite writing it down on my notes, I never give enough credit to the offensive line, and we have to here. The protection, that's what made this play a success. Quarterback had to wait for his crossing route to develop, and that takes a little bit of extra time. Excellent job by the big fellas up front.
So the big play moves them all the way across midfield to the 40 now for 1st and 10.
And they fake the handoff. Now Lance.
Throw left side complete. That's Robinson. So the completion results there in 9 yards. And that'll give them a short yardage situation here for 2nd down.
First carry of the game now for the Texas superstar, Bijan Robinson.
And he's going to get this one down to the 30.
Absolutely love the effort there. The ability to flow from his inside spot and stop that one at the line of scrimmage. Nice linebacker play.
And he will slide to a stop. He does have the first down. Give him 7 on the tuck and run, and it'll get him a new set of downs.
Certainly not a positive sign if you're the D coordinator and you see your guys give up that space so early in the game. 3rd down, that's when the clamps are supposed to come out, but his ability to create things with his legs makes things difficult.
He's able to work free for about 6 down to the 18.
A quick burst there, and he nicely bit off a pretty decent gain.
This 2nd and 4. 2nd down and a run by Robinson.
And he's brought down just outside of the 10 at the 11.
6 yards the pickup, and that's a first down.
A couple of nice carries back-to-back here, establishing the ground game a bit.
Yeah, these aren't bare-bones runs now. I mean, they're getting substantial yardage, the kind of yards you're looking for, right? Let's go ahead and use a cliche. Stay ahead of the change, right? 5 or more yards each time. That's what you're looking for in setting a tone and getting your offensive line going.
Good sign on the opening drive.
From the 5, 2nd and 4. Out of the gun, they give to Robinson.
And he's going to get him about 3 yards closer. He's down to about the 2.
And hold on here, because on that last run, it looks like we have a player who was shaken up. Well, injury's never good, especially here in the preseason. Hopefully nothing serious. They'll take a look at him, and we'll step aside for a moment.
On 3rd and short, going with their tight end. And he will take this one into the end zone for a Viking touchdown. Adam Shaheen taking it in from 2 yards out. And the Vikings are able to match the opening drive touchdown against them with one of their own. Extra point attempt here still to come. It's up and good. So these teams match touchdowns here in the first quarter, and we're tied 7-7. Each team's had it. Each team has scored. 7-7 here as the kick's away.
Marcus Jones, a return man. And he'll be stopped up at the 25.
The Titans coming back onto the field for their second drive.
So both of these teams, Charles, coming off touchdowns now, but this offense, they just had to stand on the sideline, watch their opponent author a really impressive drive to reach the end zone.
Yeah, and I think you're not telling yourself the truth if you don't think there's some one-upsmanship going on right now, because they just had their touchdown answered by a drive of double-digit plays that also found the end zone. Now they want to do something even more impressive to answer that one.
Dalton with a give here to Mixon. And he'll be out of bounds, but able to get it up past the 45.
53 yards rushing for him now as he has gotten the night off to a hot start.
A first down throw coming for Dalton. Dumps it off to Mixon. And he maybe makes it back to the... So no gain on the play. And it'll be second down. Throwing, Dalton.
A short throw, that's hauled in by Mayer.
And he's able to take it across midfield before going out of bounds.
3rd and 4.
Andy Dalton.
And this pass broken up. The contact well timed there, and now 4th down.
You know, during these preseason games, we're in week 2 right now, it's always funny looking at our spot charts up here in the booth, because with all the guys that might play in this one, it seems to get bigger and bigger each year.
Yeah, we pretty much supersize them, don't we? Because, you know, remember, they're carrying 90 now. And with the new rules, they'll carry 90 all the way through the preseason before they make the final cut. Oh, yeah, a lot of guys to learn for these games.
Line of scrimmage, the 31 now on 1st and 10. Now a handoff to start it out. Robinson. And they get him down, but not before he takes it across the 40-yard line. A gain of 11 to kick off the drive, and it's a quick first down.
Usually we see runs like this as the defense breaks down later in the game, but this guy is setting the tone early, running through all types of tackles and putting the defense back on its heels.
Lance now on 1st down. That's caught by Gabriel Davis.
And he'll be taken down, but not before he works it past the 50. Back-to-back good plays have him on the move on 1st down.
Here's Lance.
This is Fant on the short completion. This will be stopped about 2 yards shy of the marker. 8-yard gain, 2nd and 2.
From the 38 now. Here's 2nd and 2. Now Lance.
Oh, he dropped it. They were looking for him in the middle third. He couldn't catch it. Now 3rd down. And this will probably be the last play of the quarter.
Again, they'll throw it with Lance. And it is caught.
And he gets it down a yard or 2 shy of the 30 before he's out of bounds.
Well, this might very well have been 4-down territory, but that's not going to matter now. They get a nice throw there on 3rd down, and they're able to keep the drive going.
7-7, our score after 1. Second quarter now from Minnesota. It's the Vikings in possession of the football, as they've got it with a 1st and 10. On 1st and 10, it's Robinson.
Shoves him aside. And he's got this down almost to the 20 before he's dropped.
10 yards, and it's good for a Viking 1st down.
We use the word relentless a lot with guys who are aggressive on the field. In this case, it really fits, doesn't it? How about his ability to break tackles and his feet never stop moving?
Back to Robinson now on 1st down. And he gets forward up the middle, but only for a couple. It'll be 2nd down.
That's a good play by the guys on the defensive side of the ball. Held him to a gain of 2. And that changes the playbook a little bit now for the guy calling plays. 2nd and 8. Now he's got to probably think about going to the air instead of maybe staying with the ground game.
Evades him at the 10. And he will reach the 8-yard line before going out.
Excellent work there by Lance as he scrambles for the 1st down.
I don't think that run was anything that was designed, but when his reads were blanketed as he went through his progressions, all that was left was for him to run and try and pick it up himself.
And he'll get into the end zone. Touchdown, Minnesota.
Trey Lance.
An 8-yard touchdown run. And the Vikings have taken the lead.
Nothing like understanding where your escape hatches are as a quarterback. Here he's looking, but he knows he doesn't want to force anything. So when nothing avails itself, he slips past the rushers, takes it right up the middle, and takes it into the end zone.
Extra point right down the middle, and that makes the score 14-7. Minnesota's kick team ready, and the Vikings boom it away. And this will come out to the 25 as Jones elects for the touchback. Joe Mixon and the rest of his offense making their way back onto the field. And the ground game's been good, but they're losing here in the second quarter. Can they use that ground game maybe to work the air attack a little bit more?
I think so, because now you can throw play action off of being able to run the ball effectively. And oftentimes you might want to just swing your back out of the backfield, get the ball in his hands in open space. And just don't get totally away from running it, because some of these runs now, they may pop bigger as the game goes along.
Yeah, they've been good with a run so far. Looking to throw on second down. Strong. Oh, he'll want that one back. Incomplete. He doesn't drop too many in that department. Third down. In search of 4 yards here to pick up the first down. Out of the gun now on third down. And this pass broken up. Excellent coverage there on third down, as that was not easy to hold on to.
This is certainly a team that has proven it likes to target its backs through the air, and defensively, they were aware of that and certainly were prepared on that throw.
So they're forced to punt on fourth as this one's away. Fights off the defender. It's a 45-yard punt, 6 yards on the return. And the Vikings will take over here, 1st and 10. And now out comes Minnesota. And they fell behind early, but since then, 2 touchdowns and a 14-7 lead.
Yeah, they found the end zone on their first 2 drives, and even more so after the defense gave up the first lead. But these last 2 drives, obviously they inspired their D, because they shut them down the last time out. They hope to continue that string.
And from the 34, here's 2nd and 4. Robinson with another carry. He'll get about 4 as he's past the 35 to the 38-yard line. Pretty good job defensively. Thought he was going to get it, but they knew where that marker was, and they stopped him just short of it.
What it does is emphasize that strategic football and situational football is not just played on the offensive side, is it? Defense understanding, as you noted, where the first down marker was and making sure they didn't get there.
Just a gain of a couple, but good enough to keep the drive rolling. A give left side to Robinson. We'll get this up to about the 44.
I feel like I could see what he was thinking on that carry. Wanted to follow that big tackle through the hole. Ended up only getting 4 yards on the carry. I think he had designs on that one being bigger.
And Lance's throw into the hands of Kirk. 7 yards there and a first down. They run the draw here with Robinson. And that didn't fool anybody. He's going to be dropped in the backfield. 2 yards the loss, 2nd and 12.
When a draw works, it can be a thing of beauty. But when it doesn't, oh, it can be ugly. And in this case, loss of yardage ugly.
Lance looking to throw it. Throw right side, caught by Davis. And they get to him after a gain of 6 to the 46. So it's 3rd and 6, and this will be the 8th play of the drive. And Lance now to throw. Puts it on the carpet, it's out. Oh, and one of the linemen on the other side has got it. And they are going to set up shop at the 40-yard line. We know he's got the speed to get downfield, Charles, but there's the negative side. A little loose with the football that time.
And that's normal, especially when you have his type of talents, because you feel like you're into the open field and maybe you don't feel the people who are around you or closing in. All quarterbacks have to do extra ball security drills with the way the game's played now, because defenses, they attack the football as much as they attack the runner.
Good starting field position for them as they come up 1st and 10 at the 40. Here's Joe Mixon as they start on the ground. And they're going to stop him right at the line of scrimmage. Just no cutback lane to be found whatsoever. 2nd and 10. And now they'll stop play here, at least momentarily. A member of the Vikings in some discomfort after that last play. Now a 2nd and 10. Inside handoff to Mixon. Give him 5 on the carry there, and it'll set up the 3rd down.
It's not a huge breakaway run, but if your starting running back finishes the game with averages of 5 or 6 yards per touch, you'll take that every single time.
From the gun on 3rd down. Strong. Pressure coming from the Vikings, and they get that and bring it down. It'll be a loss of 8 on the sack, and it's going to lead him to 4th down.
In every game we talk about what are going to be the keys as we go into it. Maybe that's a key for their defense today. Pressure the quarterback and make sure you play a good zone defense behind them, and they get their first sack of the contest.
4th down, so Jake Camarda is out there.
He's been a busy man here in this first half as he gets it away. And a fair catch called for and made just outside the 15-yard line. So a change of possession here on the punt.
And it will be Vikings ball, 1st and 10.
They begin the drive with Robinson. And he roams across the 20 to the 24-yard line.
Now, during that run, an injury here. We got one of those big blockers in some discomfort. Boy, you hate to see this before the regular season even begins. We'll take a break and come back. More preseason action in a moment. Motion man left is Kirk. Oh, here's a fake on the jet sweep. And a give to Robinson.
And this one will go to the 28-yard line. 4 yards the pickup, 1st down.
Now a play fake. Lance.
Give him a couple on the scramble. It's 2nd down.
I think the defense surprised him there with that blitz on 1st down, but give him credit. Stayed cool under pressure and still found a way through the extra rushers for positive yardage. Well done.
Now a deep ball there on 2nd down, but it'll wind up incomplete.
Zone coverage there, and they were playing deep. That makes it obviously a little bit harder to run by guys. And that time, there was not much of a window to get the ball in there, and it winds up incomplete.
And they're going to mark him down short, maybe by about a yard, if that.
Pretty solid gain of 7 yards that time as he scrambled, but now they face a 4th down.
That was a good effort there trying to do it on his own, but as a defender, you're in a tough spot because you have coverage responsibilities behind you, and if you take off too quick to try and get him down, he might loft it over your head.
So better to track with your man defensively than try to go up and make a stop on the quarterback.
Exactly right. What you're hoping is that your guys in the front 7 can get him down.
37 yards on the punt with no return, and it'll be Titan football. Mixon gets the nod to start the drive, and he'll wind up losing yardage here back at the 21-yard line. He'll lose a yard there, and it's 2nd and 11.
Yeah, another negative play in an early down situation. This one to start the drive. You're putting a lot of pressure on your quarterback to bail you out when you're in 2nd and long yardage.
Back to Mixon on 2nd down.
And he's going to get back to the original line of scrimmage, but that's about it. The 2nd down play not much better than the first, just a gain of 1 there. And now the Vikings are going to stop it here on defense with a timeout. They'll have 2 remaining as we step aside here in this 2nd quarter. The Titans on 3rd down, 2 for 5 to this point. This is 3rd and 10. Looking to throw. Strong. And he's taken down. Back at his own 7. Now the Vikings will use the 2nd of their timeouts.
So as they talk it over, we step aside.
Now a fair catch taken, maybe a yard or 2 shy of midfield.
Minnesota's offense takes over possession as we eat closer and closer to intermission. Charles, remember last time out they punted. They would love to get points here, especially if this is going to be their final possession of the first half.
Yeah, and this is what close games feel like because the pressure is on both sides, but sometimes the pressure is a little bit higher on on the team with the slight edge because they're trying to hold on to that, trying to increase it. Let's see how this one continues.
That one complete downfield to Kirk. And they will eventually get him down, but he's inside the 5 all the way to the 3. 33 yards that time.
Like my dad would say sometimes, I'm just scratching my head here trying to figure out what was going on there defensively. How did you lose him in the middle of the field? If you're going to lose a receiver, make sure it's someone on the short side of things, not deep downfield, that can hurt your defense.
Throwing now is Lance. And it'll be intercepted. Picked off by Trenton Simpson. And the Titans are going to get the football here as the ball will come out to the 20. CD, when he went to throw that, I'm not sure if he just didn't see where the defense was. Whatever the case, not the throw you're looking for on 1st and goal.
Not at all, because, look, let's face it, that close to the goal line, if you throw an interception, is going to hurt on any down. But really, the only down you can kind of live with is if you do it on 4th down. The first 3, if you don't have it wide open, just get rid of it. Make sure they can't get it and live to fight another down. 1st and goal, and you throw the pick, not good at all.
And now a throw on 1st down there, but it's incomplete. As we thought they might do here in week 2 of the preseason, they've left their starting quarterback out there for this 2nd quarter. But I would imagine we will not see him after halftime.
Yeah, this is the time of year you've got to get your backup some reps and make sure you protect your starting quarterback.
Now, meanwhile, a pass that should have been intercepted, but it winds up falling incomplete. These guys have punted 4 times already, and they're staring at a 5th, barring a conversion here on 3rd down. And he is going to lose yardage here. The Vikings going to use their 3rd and final timeout. And with halftime on the horizon, they'll be out of timeouts from here forward. Fair catch taken just inside the 40-yard line.
The Vikings going to take over now late in this 1st half. And they do have terrific starting field position, but no timeouts to work with, so they'll need to operate quickly.
Good starting field position for them here as they come up 1st and 10 at the 39-yard line. Trying to shake off the interception. He'll look to throw. This is the tight end Fan. So 5 yards here, 5 on the play, and it'll be 2nd down.
To throw, it's Lance.
And his throw's going to be incomplete.
I like the calmness of how he played the ball here. No panic in his eyes as that throw arrived. Tracked it from the moment it left the quarterback's hand, and that's just where he needed to be to knock it away.
The Lance going to throw.
And that one will fall incomplete. Clock here now just under 30 seconds to go in this 1st half. The Vikings send out their punter as he'll punt it away for the 2nd time. Fair catch called for right around the 11-yard line. A 40-yard punt, no return. And the Titans will be backed up deep to begin the drive as they take over 1st and 10. Throwing on 1st down. Strong.
Gets it downfield to Mayer.
The Titans going to use the first of their timeouts as they'll stop it with 17 seconds to go in this 1st half of action. Throwing on 1st down, but this one winds up to be incomplete.
So now here in the 2nd week of the preseason, you'd expect the starters to play a little bit more than they did in week 1, but not a whole lot.
So if you're an offensive coordinator, what are you looking for?
What you're looking for is things getting cleaned up as you go along, because most of your playbook's probably installed. How well are they handling it? Easy in and out of the huddle, no mental mistakes. Are they starting to look like a good offensive football team?
Again, he'll drop to throw.
That's to the sideline and incomplete.
One goes down here, and that's all, folks. Good work by his defense to hold things in check and force a punting situation.
The 3 straight incompletions, they don't care. That hasn't dissuaded them. They're going to go for it on 4th.
Hitting Mayer here on the out route. And he's going to be out of bounds. A few yards shy of the line to gain. And that's going to be a turnover on downs. A final shot before half for Lance. He's going to take a shot at the end zone. Why not?
It's going to be knocked away and incomplete. So we've reached halftime here in Minnesota with the Vikings on top.
Well, look around the NFL. We'll have to wait for postgame because we're moving right through halftime and on to the third quarter.
And we welcome you back live now inside the booth alongside Charles Davis on Brandon Gordon, set and ready to rock for the fourth quarter.
And he won't quite make it to the 25.
Come the Vikings, they'll have it first on offense as we begin the third.
And, Charles, they've got the lead. I would imagine the overall halftime tone was a positive one, but what do you think the talking points were in the locker room?
Well, if there were 3 talking points at the half, partner, all of them were about turnovers because they were pretty loose with the ball. Otherwise, this lead could be even bigger. Now, I don't think that they overly helped on it, but I think they told them, guys, if you want to keep calling those plays that are exciting, you got to take care of the ball. Otherwise, we may have to dial things back a little bit.
Right back to Edwards-Helaire on first down.
Shoves him aside. Gets through and now an opening. And they're going to have this across midfield and inside the 45. That's good for 21 yards and a first down. They had a chance to limit his yardage, but he was able to fight off that tackle.
So it's not just the responsibility of the guys who missed the tackles along the way. It's all 11 on defense. Able to stop this guy, unable to do it on that play. They've got to find a way. How about his ability to break through and gain that yardage?
Back-to-back good plays have him on the move on first down.
A shotgun snap and a give to Edwards-Helaire. And a good push up front, and he's able to navigate his way down inside the 30. 54 yards rushing for him now. He's only carried the ball 4 times.
Would you say this offense is locked in right now?
They're having no trouble on this drive. What is it, 3 plays, 3 first downs?
Yeah, you talk about on the march. They keep this up, they'll get to that end zone real fast.
First and 10, it's Edwards-Helaire with it.
And inside the 20 before he's brought down. 11 more on that one and another first down.
We don't talk about it very often, but sometimes there's a dip in intensity when you start the second half, which can manifest itself in some sloppy tackling. And how about right there? He ran right through that weak tackle attempt.
In motion right is Wilson.
He's going to get it on the jet sweep.
He's dropped just inside the 20. A little second effort there, but couldn't find a whole lot of space. Now whistles and a timeout. Looks like we've got a Viking slow to get up.
Well, injury's never good, especially here in the preseason. Hopefully nothing serious. They'll take a look at him, and we'll step aside for a moment.
And here comes throw number 1 for the backup QB. And it's caught. And all the way to the 2-yard line there before crossing over out of bounds. Mark that as a gain of 16 to set him up first and goal.
Well, that certainly has to feel good. It's not all the time that the play caller should get all the credit. Sometimes I think in the huddle, the quarterback just says, hey, who's going to make a play for me? I just need something right here. And the end result there, nice first down. Drive keeps moving.
Edwards-Helaire trying to get to the goal line, but he's going to be stopped just short at the 1.
Only a yard on the pickup there. Second and goal. Throwing here, Dobbs. Feeling the pressure here and taken down. A sack back at the 7.
Dropped for a loss of 7 by multiple defenders.
When you're this close to the goal line, you got to expect pressure from the defense, so the ball's got to come out fast. Got to get out of his hands quicker.
It's caught in the end zone. Touchdown, Minnesota.
Shi Smith.
A 7-yard touchdown grab.
And the Vikings take the opening kickoff of the third quarter and drive right down the field to extend their lead.
Circle that drive because that might be one to remember. Well executed to give them a little cushion.
Well, let's take it into the boxing ring. You talk about them commanding it, keeping the fight where they wanted to, whether it was in the center of the ring or putting them on the ropes because it was jab, jab, jab. And finally, the haymaker to put that drive away.
Point after, right down the middle. And it's now 21-7.
This fielded right at the goal line. And able to get this out to the 25.
The Titans offense gears up for their first possession of the second half.
And their deficit a little wider than it was at halftime. Does that touchdown a minute ago change the thinking here at all?
I think it does, at least a little bit, because now urgency has to start setting in. You can't go out there and go 3 and out and run the risk of falling behind substantially, but you have to do it without pressing, because pressing, that'll lead you into bigger errors.
That's good. The completion there for 7 yards, and that'll make it second down.
Here's the rookie from Auburn, Tank Bigsby.
And nothing doing. He's immediately taken down at the line of scrimmage. This offense in desperate need of a conversion as they come up on 3rd down. And Dalton to throw. And that is incomplete.
Looks like another empty possession offensively. And you're at that point of the game where you can't afford too many more of these. So this could require some heavy thinking on the sideline to figure out what they can do to crack this defense.
On 4th down, the punt team is on as this is sent away. So possession goes over here on the punt. And out will come the offense as they take over. And now out comes Minnesota.
This drive here beginning probably with a pair of motivated groups. Remember, the offense scored a touchdown on their last time out, looking to repeat that in Charles's defense. They were very frustrated after giving up 6 the last time on the field.
And frankly, it's just a battle of wills in a lot of ways, because you know they're both motivated, they both game plan for this drive, and they both have specific outcomes in mind. To me, it just comes down to who can execute better and which side can step up and assert its will over the other.
Here's Dobbs to throw. Over the middle, complete. That's Smith. He had the touchdown earlier. This one's going to get him a 1st down. Offensive line wasn't set. There's the flag, and 5 yards back they go.
Quarterback has to look around and make sure that his team is ready to go. Sometimes the quarterbacks go faster than is necessary.
A false start backs him up 5. 1st and 15.
Edwards-Helaire as they run out of the gun.
And he'll work this one up to about the 38. It's a 5-yard pickup, so essentially they get the penalty yardage back, and it's back to 2nd and 10. Here's Dobbs to throw. And he's going to have to eat this one as down he goes.
Trenton Simpson.
Credit him with a sack, and it goes as a loss of 6.
Well, a tough situation to overcome here. 3rd and 17.
Dobbs.
Able to find the open man. That's complete.
They'll take 4 going out of bounds. That was no 3rd and 2. That was 3rd and 16, but they get the conversion anyway.
And now we get into the psychology of the whole thing, because a lot of teams with a 2-score lead in the 3rd quarter, they almost become defensive with their offense, just playing not to lose. I think with this team, you got to figure at this point, this is a great spot for them to go into attack mode, really try and put the hammer down and finish this one off.
And he'll get this into enemy territory, but not by much, as he's down to the 48.
2nd and 9.
To throw is Dobbs. And his throw here is incomplete.
And he still doesn't have a catch. We're into the 2nd half. I think it's a little bit of a surprise to me, but that was one he should have caught.
Absolutely. That was his best opportunity right there. He dropped it. Now Dobbs. Able to get away. And he fumbled it. It's on the ground.
Oh, and one of the linemen on the other side has got it.
When that ball popped free, we could hear it all the way up here. Those guys down on the field alerting everyone of the fumble. He's lucky that his offensive mates picked him up and jumped on him.
Yeah, and you have to think to yourself, and I'm sure they've been echoing it on the sideline and into the huddle. Guys, we have the lead. Just take care of the football. Don't make it easier for them to start to make a comeback.
The Vikings send out their punter as he'll come on to kick this one away. That one sails out of bounds. The side judge will walk it off. And he says it went out of bounds at the 9-yard line. Nice punt.
Tennessee offense set to go again. See if they can put this drive in the end zone, Charles, because it's been a little bit of a rough go at times. They've had to punt the football a ton in this ball game because of stalled-out drives.
So are you saying that you're kind of tired of seeing the punter run out there and do his thing during this game? Is that what you're trying to say?
Well, I mean, I'm okay with it. I have a feeling that this offense, they don't want to see the punter again.
And frankly, the punter doesn't want to run out there anymore himself. He would love to see his offense put together a drive and give his leg a rest.
It'll be a gain of 5, and they'll be faced with a 3rd and inches.
Such a tough position to defend near the line, even when you add a second defender, but the big man shrugged off the extra body and made the play call a success.
Pass taken in by his big tight end, and he will have a Titans first down as they're able to get the 3rd down conversion.
I got a kick out of that one, partner. You and I talk often about trying to hide receivers in certain situations, but a guy of his size can't really hide him. But the tight end drag route, definitely an effective way to sneak him across the formation for an easy completion and a first down.
This will be Dalton again.
Throw out wide is incomplete.
We're going to give out a little applause on that play. It has to go to the defense. More good work by them. They've taken away the passing lanes all game long, and you can see the frustration that it's causing because he just about threw that one into the first row.
Another throw on 2nd down, and this one incomplete as well.
It's easy to see when we review this that the ball needs to come out quicker because if you don't throw it right on the break, you bring a crowd of people into the equation.
And that's why it got knocked away there. The Vikings after him, and they get there for the sack.
The time is called. Looks like a member of the Titans in some discomfort out there. Well, you hate to see this before the regular season even begins. We'll take a break and come back. More preseason action in a moment.
Now on 4th down, on is the punt team sending this one away. The Vikings offense now heading out to take over. This crew had to punt last time they had the ball, but when you've got a lead like this, you content to play the field position game?
You are to an extent, especially if you like your defense, because you have the lead, you've been controlling the game. But why put them in a tougher spot? You want to get out there and get something done on offense and maybe take command of this game yourself.
And they're going to have this across midfield and inside the 45.
98 yards for him on the ground now. He has been a tough man to bring down all night.
Now that's a big-time run. Lightning in a bottle, forget it. He exploded out of the bottle for that type of a pickup.
Running game working. They'll stick with it on 1st down. And down to the 36-yard line here. A solid run on 1st down. Gain of 7 leaves him with a 2nd and 3. Final minute now of the 3rd quarter.
On 2nd down, a run with Edwards-Helaire.
And this time not quite to the 30. It'll be down at the 31-yard line.
A gain of 5, good enough for the 1st down. Well run here with Edwards-Helaire. And he'll get this just inside the 30-yard line.
2 yards on the carry there. It'll be 2nd down. And they're not going to get to the line to run another play. So we will switch ends as the 3rd quarter has come to a close. We'll return with more preseason football on EA Sports. And we return, welcoming you back to Minneapolis. It's the Vikings in possession of the football and the lead. They'll be looking to add to that total as we begin quarter number 4.
And he is going to get this close to the 1st down markers. He's brought down at the Titans' 22.
The offense on 3rd down tonight, well, they've converted 7 times and could use another right now. They need just a yard here. It's 3rd and 1. Call it no gain that time, and they're going to be left looking up at a 4th and 1.
His carries tonight, they're getting up there, so maybe one of those every now and then is understandable.
I would agree with that. Understandable every now and then. Sometimes you come back and you fake it to him and go play action. But other times you say, okay, they got him on that one. We'll come back to him in another carry.
Now the Vikings will send out the special teams crew here for a field goal try. This to make it a 3-score game late. And his kick is indeed good, and that will extend their lead even further.
So that almost certainly the final piece to this puzzle, a 3-score lead. I don't think there's any coming back from there.
Well, you know, normally I'd get on you for giving up on the game right here, but I do think you're right in this case. This late in the game, 2 scores is tough enough. 3, I'm with you. That seems out of the question.
And he'll get it up past the 20 to about the 22.
And the Titans getting set to go.
And the complexion of this one has really changed a fair amount. That last field goal makes it a 3-score game, so they need points in a hurry with time dwindling in the 4th quarter.
A first down throw coming for Dalton. To the sideline, and that is a heck of a catch as he was able to get both feet in. A good pickup there, a 22. Took just one play to move all the way to the 44 as they try again on first down.
Dalton's throw taken in there by Cooks.
And he'll be corralled out across midfield down to the 45. Back-to-back good plays have him on the move on first down. Passing, it's Dalton. Man open, that's Byron Pringle complete. And he gets it inside the 35 and just shy of the 30. From the 32 now, here's 1st and 10. And again, Andy Dalton to throw. And incomplete, a drop there in the middle third of the field. That'll bring up 2nd down. Dalton. He gets it to Humphreys. 5 yards. Now it's 3rd and 5. You got the big lead defensively. Willing to give them that underneath stuff, right?
And this is why you work on your tackling. Tackle them after the catch, inbounds, keep the clock running. Just go ahead and bleed the game out that way.
That one good for 7 as this long drive continues and the chains move again.
This has to go down as one of the simpler routes in the playbook, but oh so effective. Nice completion there. Keeps the sticks moving.
On 1st and 10, it's Bigsby.
And they work this near the 5. He'll be stopped at the 6. The pickup goes for 13 and sets him up 1st and goal.
Some big plays in the passing game on this drive, and here's one out of the running game. So the passing game loosening things up. Now there's room to roam.
Here's Dalton. It's caught left side by Cooks. And he takes this down to about the 2 before going out of bounds. From the 2 now, 2nd and goal.
Bigsby is not going to get back to the line of scrimmage as they'll tackle him at the 3.
It'll go as a loss of a yard, and it'll set up 3rd down. This is kind of one of those in-between plays here, Charles, on 3rd and goal from the 2 or the 3 in that area. What do you dial up?
Something quick hitting. You don't have the time for something that develops slowly. It's got to be right at them if you're going to run the football. And if you're going to throw it, something quick, get it out of your hands in a hurry. They lead big, and a major part of that has been how they've taken their play to a whole new level this 2nd half. No points allowed since the break, and you can add another incompletion to the total number that they forced in this runaway contest.
And it's going to be batted down, and we'll go the other way with a football.
Here's Edwards-Helaire as they will start on the ground.
And he's got some space here. And they'll get him down up past the 15-yard line.
Now hold on here, because on that last run, it looks like we have a player who was shaken up. Well, injury's never good, especially here in the preseason. Hopefully nothing serious. They'll take a look at him, and we'll step aside for a moment.
Right back to him on 1st down. And he can only manage to get a couple. 2nd and 8 coming up.
2nd down and 8. Now a carry for Edwards-Helaire. And this will be a Vikings first down as he's got this up to the 28-yard line.
Well, that's a carry they have to be satisfied with. And throughout this game, they've been satisfied with what he's given them. Whenever they've needed a big run, a first down, he's the guy they've turned to. And it doesn't matter what the defense thinks. They've got the confidence to keep handing it to him and keep picking up good yardage.
And he sneaks his way forward only for a couple here. 2nd down.
This a 2nd and 8. Here's Edwards-Helaire.
And he'll work this one up to about the 38.
153 yards on the ground for him now as he has gotten better, really, as the night's gone on.
On play action, it's Dobbs.
That is caught. And he's going to have another first down as the tackle's made at the Titans' 41-yard line. Great way to convert on third down there. 21 yards the play.
They have the nice cushion. They just want to pour it on right now, still throwing the football.
And I know my background says, why do you need to do this? Just go ahead and run out the clock and get a win. But as many people have pointed out to me, this is a video game, man. Go ahead and put the numbers up. Sportsmanship, not an issue.
Exercise those fingers. Just a yard on the first down carry, so it's 2nd and 9.
Brandon, I've got to think this offensive line has got some smiles on its faces. And I know it sounds crazy, but they practiced for this back in training camp. They knew they'd be in situations where it'd be extra defenders in the box coming after them, trying to keep them from locking down a game. Right now, they want to show the world they're up to the challenge.
And this turns into a nice gain with a slide at the end. Able to find a lot of empty space there, picking up the first down and a 21-yard gain. Now Dobbs. Throw to the right here to Gordon. That was the 9th play of the drive, and they pick up 9 yards with it.
It's funny, throughout the time that we've been together, when we talk with running backs about the ability to catch the ball, their eyes light up when they talk about open field and having one-on-one matchups, don't they?
Yeah, they do. And that's the reason why. What we just saw, shedding those tackles, and that's what they're used to doing.
It is, and it starts at the beginning of the play. One-on-one matchup with someone trying to cover them, but they also like those one-on-ones downfield after the catch when they're running with the ball. They think they're going to win those, too.
Looks like a jumbo set with 3 tight ends here for 1st and goal. They'll fake it on the jet sweep, and instead a handoff up the middle.
And maybe a measure of revenge there. He's had his way in this one, but this time they get him behind the line. Finally, defensively, they have a little clip to show positive for actually stopping him running the football.
It's been a really long night for them, hasn't it? So they got a little bit of a win there, but let's face it, the vision that he's had running the football has carried his feet to the open spaces and the big yardage all night long.
Holding offense.
A crucial penalty there as the hold backs him up for another 2nd and goal.
Now Edwards-Helaire.
And he'll find his way down right around the 12. It's a pickup of 3, but still a little work to do on 3rd and goal. So the final seconds have ticked away in this Minnesota victory. And, you know, it wasn't a shutout. They did give up the points in the first quarter, but 2nd, 3rd, and 4th quarter, they held them scoreless.
Brandon, if you throw a shutout for quarters 2, 3, and 4, you win a lot of games in this league. And this felt a lot like, almost like if you say baseball, and the pitcher goes through the lineup the first time, and the hitters get to see him, and then they come out after that, and the bats start blazing, right? I think they saw their best stuff in the first quarter and just shut everything down from that point on. What a great, convincing performance.
So that's a wrap for Charles Davis. I'm Brandon Gunn. And this has been a presentation of the NFL on EA Sports. For more, check us out at easports.com. It's a win for the Vikings as we say so long from Minneapolis.